Hey y'all, I am journalist Jackson and I want to share a story with you all about a individual, and I will say she was in despair. She came and she sat down next to me in my workspace, and it's really nice. So she comes and she sits down and she says, it was unfortunate that things in her life are just going awry, and she couldn't believe how distraught she was that things were in this situation that she was in. The situation that she was talking about happened to be chasing paper, and money is important in such, but the amount of stress and distress that she felt was so overwhelming to listen to. I felt her burden, and the burden was tremendous. It was so tremendous that I had to hear where she was going with this conversation. This conversation took us through a period of time when things were great last year. We're now here, and things are not as good in terms of the industry that we're in. And I will say, when people look forward to spending, they in fact spend. And it is a hefty amount in some cases. These things are not happening these days. Things are changing. Layoffs are happening. People are being fired. People are looking for unemployment. People don't know if they're going to get paychecks. In her despair, she says, "You wouldn't understand, because I have all of these things, and all of these things are in shambles. And it is my customer who can help me fix it. And I have this problem, that problem, and then it's work." Our client base is just upside down. Her client base is upside down. I said, "Dear," I said, I hear you traveled from all the way from your country, and here we are." And she says, pauses, and she looks at me as she's listening. I couldn't help but use a parable to explain how I really felt in my response. Sometimes no verbal response is the best response. So here I go. So I says, I am from 2,000 miles from home. I said, "Look, as you're from 2,000 miles as well. I'm from here, and you're from 2,000 miles away also." I said, "Now," I says, "believe it or not," I says, "the only person in my family that's here with me is me." And I says, "I'm going to show you how many distractions I have and challenges I have to bring and deal with as well." So I began using product. And the product that I put before her were examples of the challenges. You can say problems. I just call them challenges. They will be solved. I placed 8 different products on the marble counter in front of her. I said, each one of these represents a challenge I have to deal with. I says, "Now, believe it or not, I will not complain to you about these challenges, because I am not here to share my challenges. I am here as you to ensure we are successful in our conversations." I says, "Dear," I says, "I want my conversation to be purposeful. And I says, if my conversation with you is purposeful, then we can have a much better day and leverage that conversation on the client, on why we're really here." I says, "But I know, like me, I know what you don't want. You probably don't want to hear what every detail these 8 products or these 8 challenges really genuinely represent. Do you?" The Lord has never given me a challenge to match the challenge, but in a way that creates wisdom. And it wasn't about meeting my challenge with her challenge. It was, we all have challenges. When will we learn to be better stewards of walking through the fire? We have to be better every day and present a better way of solving our challenges than through anger, animosity, and despair. And those were the 3 challenges that my dear coworker brought to me today. I didn't come to work to hear, but I did listen. You keep showing up for yourself, and I promise you, challenges, they will not last forever. If we cast our cares on the Lord, it is His decision and how rapid He will bring resolution to the problem. He gave us the problem to walk through the fire. That strengthens us, but we have to remember we must encourage ourselves in the Lord. But we are our brother's keeper. So just know that on this day that I am encouraging you, wherever you are, whatever your challenge is, do not quit, because God has a destiny that must be filled by you. I'm Journalist Jackson. Y'all stay blessed, and don't forget to pray. Y'all have a blessed night.